Major changes at the top of the embattled New Orleans Police Department. Superintendent Sean Ferguson is retiring.
Well, it is a story we broke a few hours ago here, and we have live team coverage on this issue.
Also, who sources say is the front runner to replace Ferguson, and why the move could be historic, and why council members say the timing of this is suspect in light of a recent overwhelming vote by the public.
But first, more on Ferguson and his time as the city's law enforcement leader. After serving almost 4 years as the city's top cop, Sean Ferguson is out, retiring as the NOPD superintendent amid a crime wave not seen in this city since Hurricane Katrina made landfall back in 2005. In Ferguson's time as superintendent, the Algiers native and O'Perry Walker High School grad has seen good and bad. His first full year, 2019, the city saw a record low number of murders and major crime was down. Policies Ferguson inherited from Michael Harrison were working, and the numbers showed that. The NOPD was following federal guidelines under the consent decree, and new officers were being added to the ranks. Then in 2020, COVID happened, as did the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis, which led to officers starting to leave and retire and made recruitment very difficult for police departments across the country, including right here in New Orleans. The number of carjackings, armed robberies, and murders surged over the next 2.5 years, and staffing a department became a major problem. The NOPD should have about 1,500 officers ideally, but in 2022, the number of cops dropped down to 900, a record low. All while Ferguson tried to deploy new strategies, and the mayor loyally stood behind her handpicked chief, who had previously served as a district commander uptown and in Algiers. Earlier this year, some council members called for Ferguson's resignation, and he fought publicly at times with the DA over a lack of prosecutions. This fall, the city announced a high-paid consultant from the NYPD, Fausto Pichardo, was coming on board to help lead. His plan included elements adopted by Ferguson that are currently in use. Sean Ferguson, an officer well regarded by the rank and file, stepping down in his early 50s with more than 20 years on the job in New Orleans, protecting and serving. Are you going to be the next superintendent? Any comment at all? There's a lot of chatter out there, Jeanette.
We'll speak to our PIO.
Okay, now according to multiple law enforcement sources, that woman right there, Jeanette Williams, could be named the next NOPD superintendent. And if it happens, Williams would make history, becoming the first female superintendent in the NOPD. Only our cameras are rolling right there today as we tracked her down at NOPD headquarters.
Well, so while sources tell WDSU investigates that Jeanette Williams is the top choice for the mayor, the decision is solely up to her to pick Ferguson's replacement.
Yeah, and the timing of all this is infuriating to some council members. That's because just last month, voters approved a charter change that will allow the council to approve any top mayoral hire.
But that law doesn't go into effect until January 1st. So as long as Mayor LaToya Cantrell makes the pick before then, she won't need council approval. WDSU investigative reporter Cassie Sherm picks up our team coverage live at City Hall.
Well, guys, I spoke with Councilmember J.P. Morale, who says he's been very vocal about criticizing Chief Ferguson. In fact, he said he should step down from the position altogether. And just last week, he kind of actually compared Chief Ferguson to the captain of the Titanic, saying he should step down, but saying this is not the way he should have done it. Now, the change at the top of the NOPD means Cantrell can go around a city ordinance that takes effect January 1st that the community votes through. It requires the city council to confirm or deny the mayor's pick to run key departments. Morell says he's also frustrated that the person who may be taking his position is already a leader in NOPD, even though the department leadership has been criticized by officers.
I'm very concerned that promoting within non-transparently in a department that's completely busted, that has allegations of cronyism and abuse, is not only going to not improve things, it's going to devastate the morale and the integrity of the department and the faith of citizens. I mean, it's tone deaf.
Now, we're expecting to hear from Chief Ferguson tomorrow at a press conference, and we're going to continue to follow the story. Reporting here at City Hall, I'm Cassie Sherm, WDSU News. Back to you.
All right, Cassie, we'll see you again at 5 o'clock.